Hello everyone, I'm Sai Chaitanya. Welcome back to my channel Sai Tech. In this video, I'll be talking about the Realme X7 Pro after using for more than 100 days. As you can see friends, it's been very long journey with the Realme X7 Pro, and I got this phone from the AliExpress and before it get launched in India. So for the past 3 months, I'm using this particular model and I did so many videos on this phone. In case if you're planning to buy this Realme X7 Pro, I would highly suggest you to go through my playlist which I created for the Realme X7 Pro users only. So try to check this playlist and decide whether to buy this phone or not. You got so many videos which I did on this one: PUBG battery and test, charging test, a lot of PUBG 90 FPS test as well. So many different videos you can find in this one particular video. So where I did upload close to 170 videos. So make sure to check the links in description friends for the playlist. And even if you want to download this live wallpapers, there is separate link available for the live wallpapers. So make sure to click the links in description below. So let's get started friends with the 100 days of usage this Realme X7 Pro smartphone. So starting with the processor. The processor is kind of very new for a lot of users, and the first phone is the Oppo phone which got launched I think 2 weeks back in the Flipkart, and right now in the Feb 4th the Realme X7 Pro is going to launch with the Dimensity 1000 Plus processor. So this Dimensity 1000 Plus processor is kind of new for Indian market, and a lot of users they are having mixed feelings about this processor. Is it getting heat or not? How is the performance, and to the what Snapdragon processor it can be compared. So right now I'll try to give all the answers regarding the process in this particular video. So in this process segment friends, and the first thing is that it comes close to Snapdragon 855 Plus and below 865. It's in the kind of mid-range segment. The reason why I'm saying is the annual benchmark score for the Dimensity 1000 Plus processor is about 5,20,000. So Snapdragon 865 processor which I got right now here is of OnePlus 80 device which got Snap 5,60,000 score. So 5,60,000, and the Snapdragon 855 Plus from the Realme X2 Pro. So here I got the Realme X2 Pro as well. So there's a Realme X2 Pro which scored about 5 lakhs annual benchmark score. So overall friends, by comparing the annual benchmark score, this can be in between the Snapdragon 855 Plus and the 865 processor. So these are I came to the conclusion, and this just the annual benchmark score results, but day-to-day life and everyday usage with the gaming and heavy hardcore gaming as well, so no issues with the Realme X7 Pro at all. So it can handle easily all the games. I did try a lot of high-end games as well, like the Genshin Impact and the Fortnite game, and even Life After. So lot of games they are having the big size of data which is close to 9 GB of size, Life After and Genshin Impact. So all the games were capable of handling 60 FPS, and the Fortnite is still playing at only 30 FPS. So that is where the Dimensity processors need to get update from a few of the games. So even right now with the PUBG game, I won't be able to play 90 FPS even though the phone refresh rate has got 120 FPS, but still because of the update which I am not getting from the PUBG, so that's why I was unable to play the 90 FPS as well. So all in terms of the performance, it's really good and no issues for the past 3 to 4 months of usage. So everything works fine and very fluid and very fast. And the reason for that is because of the display which has 120 Hz. So that makes the experience of using this phone very smooth and very good as well. So this is a combination friends which I particularly like mostly. 120 Hz plus Super AMOLED panel. So this is the same kind of combination I did see in the OnePlus 8T. I would say definitely it's a mini version of the OnePlus 8T. So not the mini version, maybe the replica of the OnePlus 8T, because everything is kind of close to each other. Even the battery capacity is same, 65 watts, fast charging is same, 120 Hz Super AMOLED panel, and the OnePlus 8T has got Fluid AMOLED panel. So overall everything is kind of same, but in terms of the display, no issues friends. Super AMOLED panel is really good and really best for watching the videos, and even for playing games as well, it works pretty good, no issues at all. Even you do have the always on display because of the Super AMOLED panel. So next, in terms of the processor, I am very happy. Display also I'm double happy because of 120 Hz and combination of Super AMOLED panel, so it makes really good experience. So next is the battery and the charging. So in the battery and the charging, the phone has got the charging of 65 watt fast charging, and it can charge within 35 minutes. So sometimes it will take 35 minutes and sometimes it does take 39 minutes. So make sure to check the links in description friends. And recently I did upload couple of videos of the Realme X7 Pro while playing the PUBG game and charging charging at same time, and while playing the YouTube and charging at same time. So make sure to check those videos. You'll get to know how is the charging while gaming and how is the charging rate while playing as well. So based on that, you can decide, friends, how is the charging as well. But overall, it takes 35 minutes to 40 minutes of time to charge the phone. And in terms of the battery life, the phone has got the 4500 mAh of battery life, so which is pretty good, and you will be able to get the screen on time about 5 hours on an average. So 5 hours to 7 hours of screen on time is definitely possible in this phone. So overall, in the processor, I am 5 out of 5, display also 5 out of 5, charging also 5 out of 5, battery is kind of 4 out of 5. So that's kind of expected. If you have the fast charging, the battery they'll keep it low as well, so that's causing the slightly less battery backup, but no issues, friends. I'm very happy to use the 120Hz and with fast charging. So next is the camera. So camera is another segment which got really improved. So I think just back yesterday I did upload a camera comparison with the Realme X7 Pro versus the X2 Pro. So in that video you will particularly see a lot of shots which are taken in the night mode, which is significantly improved in this Realme X7 Pro device. So overall, in terms of the camera, I'm really good, and when you compare with the Realme X2 Pro, there is a lot of improvement has been happened in terms of the camera. So I need to do the comparison with the Mi 10i as well in terms of the camera comparison. So make sure to check that links in description, and make sure to subscribe as well for that video. So definitely in terms of the camera, I'm really good and really happy. So let me try to show you a few shots. So these are night shots which I have taken, and even you can take the ultra wide shots using the night mode as well. So these are complete dark, friends. Even I cannot see a few of the things, but phone was able to capture, as you can see, even in the complete darkness. So I did take so many pics and so many images using this phone. I was really happy with the macro lens and even with the ultra wide lens which I have taken. And this is a video which I have recorded using this phone using the ultra wide lens as well. So testing the stability and everything. So overall, in terms of the camera, I'm kind of okay. So no issues, even the front cam is also really good in this phone. So in terms of the camera, friends, 4 out of 5 I can give for this phone. And next is a build quality. Build quality is another area which I particularly like about this phone. The phone is screen size is of 6.5 inches and the phone weight is less, only 184 grams. That's a really good weight balance in this phone. So that's a really good advantage for this phone, friends. The phone has got the 4500 mAh of battery, and still it managed to keep the weight less than 185 grams. That's a really good impressive weight distribution which is happening here. And not only that, there is a dual speaker setup which is present. So that's another really good feature. That's a most interesting dual speaker setup as well. I did a lot of comparison with other smartphones testing the vibrations, but there is no vibrations at all. And build quality, I don't like this particularly big text which is on the phone. As you can see, friends, Dare to Leap, this is kind of really annoying, and this spoils complete look of the backside color, so which is not at all I don't like at all, friends. So make sure to comment in case if you don't like that one. And I do like this kind of small logo of Realme which is present in the Realme X. This kind of accepted, but not this kind of big text. I'm not sure why they thought of including this kind of Dare to Leap. So that's so much annoying for this phone. And overall, friends, the removal of the 3.5mm jack is kind of disadvantage. So few of the things you need to remember: there is no UFS 3.1 storage speed rates in this phone, and RAM version is of DDR4 version, not the 5.1 version, and no expandable slot and no 3.5mm jack as well. So these are the few things you need to know. There is no notification light and no IR blaster as well, IR sensor. And these are quick impressions, friends, after using the phone for about 100 days of usage. So overall, is it worth of buying or not? I would say definitely it's worth of buying. It all depends upon the price, what Realme they're gonna offer on this phone. So thank you for watching this video, friends, and see you in the next video. Until then, bye.